Bunge la 13 ni mojawapo ya mabunge yenye taswira ya aina yake, kwani limewajumuisha wabunge wachanga na wale waliokomaa. Kwa mfano, mwakilishi wa kike kaunti ya Bomet Linet Chepkorir mwenye jina la utani Toto ana umri wa miaka 24 pekee na anajadiliana bungeni na wakongwe wa siasa kama Julius Sunkuli, Fara Maalim na wengineo. Huyu hapa Stephen Leto na taarifa hiyo.
Bunge la 13 limekuwa na sura ya aina yake. Tofauti na mabunge mengine tangu kubuniwa miaka ya 1966, bunge la sasa limewavutia wabunge wachanga mno. Mwakilishi wa kike kaunti ya Bomet mwenye jina la utani Toto ana umri wa miaka 24. Aliwabwaga wawaniaji wengine waliokula chumvi na wenye uzoefu mkubwa katika siasa.
I want to sponsor a bill that will assist our girls and the women in the society. That just like the way that textbooks are being distributed freely to various schools, I also want sanitary towels to be distributed to our girls in the society freely.
I'm 30 years old. Just turned that this December.
Katika eneo bunge la Mogotio, kaunti ya Elgeyo Marakwet, tunapatana na mbunge mchanga Ruben Kiborek. Kiborek anasema kuwa siku ya kwanza kwake bungeni ilimsisimua.
It never came easy. It wasn't easy. I first filed in 2017 against Professor Ellen Sambili, who was my MP, and Dr. Daniel Tuitek, who was my immediate former MP. I lost, but I accepted defeat in Jubilee nomination, conceded defeat, and I went back to my hustle. So I was available. I made myself available for 5 years with some up and downs. I didn't have my resources, but I was available. I wasn't busy for them. So they became gracious enough in 2022, and they got me the chance. I ran against Dr. Tuitek and Professor Sambili. It was running against two dons.
Julius Sunkuli aliingia bungeni mara ya kwanza mwaka wa 1997 akiwa mbunge wa Kilgoris, kaunti ya Narok, na kubwagwa mwaka wa 2002. Sasa anarejea katika bunge la kitaifa miaka 20 baadaye. Kwake mengi yamebadilika.
The second thing, of course, is now Parliament broadcasts live the proceedings. During our time, they were in secret and they were not, nobody, the KBC, or Voice of Kenya, at one point ran a program called Leo Katika Bunge and then Bunge Wiki Hii. But today you can just get a clip and circulate it for what you have said in Parliament. That has changed. I can also say that this new look Parliament has more facilities than our Parliament. We came and worked here barehanded. We did not have offices, we did not have staff, and we did not have actually most of what we now have here. I see that the current legislator in Kenya is well facilitated to run his activities in Parliament.
Anasema kubadilishwa kwa katiba sasa kumefanya bunge kuwa na wanasiasa wengi kiasi cha kukosa nafasi ya kuchangia hoja.
Flip side, there are too many MPs now, I would say. This Parliament dining hall used to be a nice place to ask a friend to come for fine dining. But now it is a run-of-the-mill place. You hardly can get a chair to sit or a table to have your lunch. There are too many people, and when it comes to the house itself, although it's well decorated and the red is quite bright, but in reality, to get space to catch the speaker's eye is hardly a possibility. You have to do it today, you have to try again tomorrow, and it's a very, very difficult thing. In those days, the speaker used to look up in order to see you. Today he has to look down at a machine and see whether your name is listed there. And it's entirely up to him to know whether you catch his eye at that level. That has been a monumental change. It's a lot of things that could be said that have happened in Parliament. They don't have more flowers outside here, but more buildings. There's a new Senate.
Kulingana na mbunge Sunkuli ambaye amewahi kuwa balozi wa Kenya Uchina, wabunge wachanga wameleta mchanganyiko wenye manufaa katika ubunifu wa urekebishaji wa sheria.
And every generation must look for a cause and fight for it. Across the world, all over the world, there's that generation of Oliver Tambo and Mandela who believe that they can bring to an apartheid in South Africa. They did. And there's that generation of Fidel Castro and Che Guevara who believe that they can revolutionize Cuba. They did.
So besides representing the people of Kirinyaga County, I'll also be here to push the youth agenda.
They're looking after me. They want me to represent their interests in Parliament, which will focus on the areas of education, on the areas of sports, and general empowerment of the youth.
Hata hivyo, kulingana na wabunge wa kuteuliwa, hawapati nafasi ya kuridhisha kama wenzao waliochaguliwa.
You have more problems as a nominated because sometimes you can't even vote. You're not entitled to vote unless you are delegated to vote by your elected county senator. So you find in some counties there may be 3 nominated senators, only 1 will be voting if they are delegated by the county. If they are the elected senator, if they are not delegated to vote, then and it has to be on writing, then you cannot vote. But it beats logic because first of all, you see my colleagues who are nominated as the women are there to defend the women and to add to the affirmative action on gender. And I'm elected to represent the youth. So where is the voice of the youth when it comes to voting on matters youth? I'm excluded.
One of the first challenges I faced from the word get-go, and it wasn't just for myself, it was, I think, for majority of us young legislators, and especially the first-timers, was feeling like we are sort of from ones, because there was this feeling that ranking members always get priority when it comes to speaking in Parliament, or when it comes to swearing in, when it comes to them having their issues tabled. But just like any other challenge in life, what I decided to do is take that on. Yeah. So, for example, when I do want to speak in Parliament, I make sure I either come very early to log in, or I stay on until late, because I know most of the members get tired and leave early.
Well, when you're out there and when you're in there, what we know when we are out is not what is happening when we are in. So I've learned a lot, but most importantly, challenges of being a young person is that most of us have been exempted from committees, even something as basic as a sports committee, where we have the energy to run, because they keep saying there is the age factor, or you're still young, you have a chance to come back to Parliament. We don't have a chance to come back to Parliament. So that's one of the challenges.
I definitely intend to come back as a full member. I am still navigating and analyzing my political background, and then I will then make a decision if I will vie in Nyamira or Nairobi. But definitely, yes, I intend to come back.
To take this advantage to wish all the people of Kilgoris, and indeed the people of Narok County, a happy Christmas.
One is the people of Mogotio, all the way from Wasages to Sura, through Kipkitur to Mogotio to Kiptoim to Emening to Cheberen, all of them to Radat, to Noiwet. People of Mogotio, I wish you Merry Christmas, I wish you Happy New Year, Wachanga Mogotio.
Stephen Leto, runinga ya Citizen.